guys, it's me, FoxoNerd, and recently I made a video, it's kind of a part 1, explaining how all Pixar movies connect without using the famous Pixar theory, or kind of maybe being a little inspired by it. But yeah, I love Pixar, and I'm desperate, honestly, to find a way to connect all these movies. My part 1 is more of a, kind of a timeline, they call it the primary timeline. It was all the movies that kind of most made sense to take place in the same universe. And now this timeline is a bit different. Up. So I forgot to put up in my original timeline video, so this is a part of that timeline. Up, it just shows animal intelligence growing even more with like the collars and stuff like that. And yeah, it's kind of the last big animal kind of intelligence movie, but yeah. Alright, so let's get started on this new timeline. We begin with Brave, where we kind of see magic, which wasn't not a part of the original world. Also, this world is a parallel timeline, or an alternate universe. We see magic, but we also see magic that can turn people into beasts or monsters, which will be very important in this timeline. But yeah, magic, evolution, just stuff that really wasn't in the primary timeline is introduced in this movie. Next we have Luca, which is truly kind of a big point in the monster evolution, as I'll call it, where we see sea monsters kind of evolve, and yeah, we see that they can kind of transform from human to monster very, very easily. But yeah, that is how Luca fits into this alternate timeline. Next we have Turning Red, which is another step in monster evolution, where again, we see humans transforming into monsters, or I guess in this case, a red panda. And again, this was started by magic. So magic is really kind of what fuels the kind of human evolution that is in this movie, and Brave and Luca. Yeah, this is the last movie before kind of the humans fully evolve into monsters, which we see in Monsters University. And humans kind of begin to evolve into monsters, and they go into the other timeline, the one that I talked about in the previous video, to scare people to fuel their cities. They kind of learn that along the way. And these are all humans that have like genetically evolved into monsters, which yes, is in the Pixar theory. But yeah, this continues in Monsters, Inc., but we do learn that there are many energy crises happening, and that the monster world may honestly not be able to survive, which keep that in mind for like later on, like almost the next entry. But yeah, just kind of a continuation of what I described for Monsters University. Humans, monsters, everything. Yes, they scare kids in the other timeline and then make them laugh. However, energy crises happen that make the monster world just completely die out. And years later, the magic from the previous centuries fuels the world for Onward. And there we see kind of magic taking over, and also, these are also kind of the monsters kind of being reincarnated as well as the humans as these magical creatures. But this is all fueled by the magic from Brave and Turning Red. Yeah, this is kind of another step in this world, another kind of phase of evolution. But in the next entry, we will learn that this world isn't even able to be sustained, and soon the forces of the universe connect, and we have Elemental, where this is kind of another generation of kind of like evolution in this, and we see like the monsters and magical creatures have now evolved into the elements as the forces of the universe has kind of come together to create this society of elements. However, this world really seems to have a problem with sustaining life because they die out, and the stuff from the timeline I recently talked about takes over, and we get cars. Now, cars is kind of the final step in this. Machines have taken over. They've kind of built the society from the ground up, and almost have had a evolution similar to just the humans from the other timeline. They're just living life, and we see that they can do a lot of things. As seen in Cars 2, they can be like spies. They can, like, racing is professional in this world. They can be in love, just everything. And this car universe seems to be the kind of final thing in this world, and I believe that is how it stays until Pixar, I guess, makes another movie that could be added to this timeline, and it'll be as easy as the cars just get wiped out. But yeah, that is how the Cars movies fit. But yeah, that was the alternate timeline, parallel to the timeline I talked about in the previous video. I will have another video coming out about how Lightyear and A Bug's Life fit in. But yeah, hope you enjoyed this video. Make sure to subscribe and have a great day. Bye now.